Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome along to the Rewind 3v3 Weekly Cup here on twitch.tv/RewindRL. I am your host today and guest caster for today. I am Craftman. I am joined by the Cornish Pirate himself. It is Cornish Pirate. How are you doing today, man?
Hey, I am great, thank you, Mr. Craftman. And we have a great match on our hands. We've got the Moi guys against Handicapped. But looking at their teams, I don't think they're particularly handicapped.
No, absolutely not. But maybe against this team coming up, because in case you didn't know, Moi Guys has the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Jazier, on the team. We're going to see him coming up. Jazier, you cannot deny this man's abilities, no matter who he's up against. He is the OG freestyler. I'm expecting to see a lot of fancy pants shots from him. Of course, he was the sub for that World Championship Flipside team. Way back in Season 2. And he's just back from DreamHack as well. Played under the Juicy Kids. I believe he came about... Where did they come? I'm trying to look back at my notes and it's gone.
So what you're saying is he's played before?
Yes, surprisingly so. Yeah, he's a man to be feared on this pitch, and I expect great things to come out from Jazier. Both these teams winning in round number 1, 2-0 against their opponents, Jinx X and Schlongs in 4K, which is a fantastic name. Handicap beating them pretty damn well, 2-0. But I want to hear your predictions here, Cornish. What do you expect out of both these teams today?
I mean, when you've got such a heavyweight of Jazier on one team, you've got to go with the weight. And Moi guys is taking all my money for this one.
I mean, I'm not a gambling man. At least on stream, I'm not. But if I were, I would put my money on Moi guys. That's not caster bias at all. That is just me being a realist. But all the teams around it, we are going to be ready to go here in game number 1. It is a best of 3. We are in round number 2 right now, and we are just getting started here on today's Rewind 3v3 with a massive prize pool right now of a total of $45 for the winning team. So come along, get started, be kind, rewind, and here we go with game number 1. It is Moi guys and the handicaps getting started here. And 10 seconds in, a little bit back and forth, but pressure right on to the handicap squad. Moi guys not giving them anything to start this one off early.
No, plenty of pressure coming out from Moi guys, trying to keep that ball in the half as they go for a nice slice shot. Great by I can't say his name.
Veraxon. Yes, Veraxon. I'm gonna call him Tony. I don't know if that's his real name, but it's Tony to me. That was a great shot just from the corner there. Found the angle and takes the game up 1-0. Less than 30 seconds in, and right away we can see that this Moi guys squad is probably exactly the favourite. And here's Jazier with some great touches just off the ceiling. But yeah, Moi guys being the team everyone's expecting to win here, and they're proving it within the first minute of the game.
I think something else to take into account as well is Handicap got 2 players on the team looking for a team. It's just maybe they're not a conventional sort of freeze that are playing together. Maybe they're just a scratched together team.
Yeah, potentially. You might see these, especially in these weekly tournaments, a lot of people just trying lots of folk out, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't. But they made it here to round number 2 in stunning fashion, in a 2-0 fashion. Now here's Major dribbling up the side of the pitch, trying to find his teammates out there. So maybe Major's testing these guys out, because as we know, RLCS is coming up. And unfortunately, no defense back for that handicap team as Veraxon gets his second goal of the game.
I love this shot. So he's coming across it, hits it very flat, nice speed on it. Harry looking for a team. He was looking for the save on that, and he was nowhere near it.
Yeah, nowhere near. That's probably speaking to the not so great rotations I'm not really seeing from handicap. Got to get that down, communicate a little bit more. But as far as I'm aware, I can see Major being the key team player here as he's put a lot of pressure on, almost got the ball in the middle there. Shot just defended nicely by the Moi guys squad. Ball right back into this orange half as Veraxon going to take another shot down to Jazier. It's another shot for Veraxon, just couldn't find the angle as Harry gets it away And now Major can put some major pressure on here as he flicks the ball into the middle, Harry up for it, and well defended still by this Muay Thai squad.
You can just see the skill of them when the fact that they don't throw the ball downfield when they're in defense. They pass it among themselves. Keeping possession of that ball is so powerful, especially at sort of maybe not top opponents that they're playing at the moment. It just denies them everything.
Absolutely. It's all well and good hard clearing a ball straight downfield when pressure's being applied to you, but that's just going to give your opponents the ball straight back and not give your team any opportunity to take a run at the net, and that is exactly what Muay guys are doing. They are just passing between themselves, giving themselves the opportunities as Pulse takes a shot on net, just comes off the corner. And as we can see, like we've been saying, lots of pressure coming out from the Muay guys squad, not letting Handicap do what they want with the ball, and that is killing Handicap right now.
I think I'm already seeing a pattern here. Veraxon, he is the aggressive, going for shots. Looks like Jason's just sort of trying to link up a lot of these things.
Definitely that third man roll as a shot, as a save gets missed, and Pulse gets the first goal. He likes what Veraxon's doing, and he thinks he can score himself as well.
Right place, right time for Pulse. You just got to have. Sometimes you just got to be on the edge of the box, waiting for the ball to come down to you. And it was great by Veraxon, just taking out the defenders by that wide shot. Maybe a backboard pass.
Absolutely, and it's good to see these Muay guys communicating with each other, which is absolutely key. Find out where everyone is in the field, what everyone's doing. Got to communicate to see what options are available to you, because you might think, oh, I see my teammate in the middle there, but if you don't talk to him, he might have no boost. He might not be able to take the shot, and that is what my guys are doing so well, communicating with each other and making the plays up as they go along. As Magoo wants a nice, as Jay-Zero would say, a Moy shot off the wall, couldn't get it done. Maybe they're just going for a couple of too many fancy plays, and it's just not paying off right now for Handicap.
No, I mean, they're against very tough opponents, and I think there's going to be very little they can do because they don't have that individual ability just to be able to get past their opponents, and I'm not convinced they're going to score a goal at the moment.
Yeah, maybe they're just having fun. You always come into these community tournaments like Rewind. It's a chance to go up against a team of pros like Jazier, Pulse, and Veraxon. I'm still struggling to pronounce his name. Tony. It was Tony I called him earlier. It is all about having fun, especially when you come up against these pros. It's good experience, good tournament experience, and this will serve them well in the future.
Yeah, but we're entering that last 30 seconds, and Muay guys, they've had a lot of shots, and they're looking to score more at the moment.
Yeah, they know they're not done as Major gets a shot from the midfield. It might just be compensatory at this point, but 27 seconds, they've given themselves a shot here.
I'll just go with Muay guys were looking to score more, and that was an own goal. I think it's by Pulse, he just got that little bit of a tiff on it that gave it so much more power for 125 km/h goal.
That is an absolute boomer of a shot, as Jazier still wanting more. He might have sealed this game up now, 15 seconds on the clock. Handicap been given a lifeline as great save from Harry, a great shot from Pulse, well defended, but 5 seconds now. Not really going to get anywhere as everyone's off the ball from Handicap, and they're just going to let this one touch the ground. And game number 1 goes to Muay guys.
I think that wasn't particularly unexpected. Muay guys, they had all of the possession. They were so aggressive at the start as well. They got all those early goals, and Handicap just had no chance.
Yeah, you can see the shot ratio there. Can I just say 5 total shots from Handicap, 5 total alone from Veraxion. That just shows you the amount of pressure that my guys have been putting on and not letting Handicap have possession of that ball. And just, like we said, doing what they want to do and moving the ball, controlling the game, and making Handicap play at their pace. And that is what is taking this game out of the hands of Handicap. And they've got to play from behind now as we enter game number 2. And I'm expecting more of the same from my guys. More pressure, more possession of the ball, and just more general great plays, especially out of Jazer and the scoring man himself, Veraxon.
Yeah, that's a bit of a painful double commit in defense by Major and Harry. They just gave the ball away. got another chance to clear it as well now. It's just those mistakes can really cost you against top teams.
Absolutely, you can't make too many mistakes, but we saw a double demo come out there. It was a 3v1 for a little bit, but a fortunate spawn puts the balls right back into the hands of my guys, and Jazer and Viraxon just going to let this one go, give Harry the ball back as he passes over to Magoo. It's a nice little pass there. Couldn't make much of it. The possession goes right back to my guys. As Jazer going to take this one in the corner, cleared away again by Major. Some good defensive plays early on from Handicap. Maybe they've learned from their mistakes in game number 1.
That's a great chance for Jazer as well, and he gets demoed for his troubles. Poor guy.
Poor guy, but no, poor shot from Viraxion. Great shot here from the corner, absolute boomer.
Yeah, right across the goal. Nobody in goal really to make the save. Major and Magoo were just arriving, but if you're arriving as it's going in, it's too late.
Yeah, and it was a smart heads-up play from Virax. I'm going to pronounce his name differently every time I say it, because I just don't know. Is that fair to say? I don't know. It was smart. I was going to say it was smart from Viraxion. Because he shot it towards the other end of the goal where no one was, and he knew no one could get there, or people were just going to straight up miss it. So that's why that one went in, and that's why we're 1-0. Now, this is a little bit better from Handicap, wouldn't you say, Cornish? Because we're only 1-0 in, and a minute and a half gone. And they're putting themselves in a position where they can actually potentially score a goal of their own this time.
I think that they've really pushed up their front line. And it's putting a bit more pressure on the Moi guys' goals, but it's leaving big holes at the back as well. Like that. It's just, Moi guys, they're never going to let you down with aggression or shots.
No, they want to be aggressive right here. They saw what Moi guys did to them in that first game, and they want to put the ball back in their court. As we see a lot more pressure coming out from Handicap. Ball spent a lot of its time here in the blue half. It just shows you that, like you said, the front line of Handicap are pushing up a lot more than they were as we tick towards 2.5 minutes gone, 2.5 to go, and the ball very dangerous in this orange box as my guy's looking for another one to put them 2-0 up, but it's not going to happen. But Magoo just gets absolutely demolished as he was maybe on a nice dribble run down the side there.
Yeah, this game has been a lot more controlled than the first one as well. Neither teams are really letting anybody run riot. It's great to see, especially from Handicapped, who were basically handicapped in that first round.
Definitely, and it's just speaks volumes to how in game number 1 you really feel out your opponents and get a feel for what they're doing as Harry gets a shot towards the top. Pulse nicely back in goal, good rotations. Clears that one away. Still 1-0 as we tick under 2 minutes to go now. But I can see this ball going in. Maybe the blue net right here as it goes right in from the side. Major being a major factor for his team right now. Great shot here from the side.
Maybe a little unexpended, but Handicapped have been rewarded with probably what they would deserve. They played a lot. They've been playing a lot better this game with that more aggressive front line and just controlling Moi guys a bit more.
Now tied up at 1. Can Handicap pull off the upset and push this to game number 3? Or will Viraxon get another shot? And he does, but it's going to be saved, and Jazier just couldn't find the angle down. Here's Pulse again, trying to make it a 2-1 game. But just great defense and some little off shooting from Moi guys. Not really something we've seen. And Jazier gets another great save from the shot from Harry. Both defenses right now playing at a good level. And it has been more a defensive game than we've seen offense right now.
Tell you what, it's definitely more defensive from the Moi guys' point of view, but they're so quick at that counter-attack. You see, that's where they've really got an edge on Handicap. They can get the ball going forward so much quicker.
And that's something I'd like to see from Handicap. They know that Moi guys are just going to counter-attack if they all push up. So they've been really leaving one man back and rotating very well, much better than in game number 1. That's probably why we're sitting here at 1 goal apiece with 40 seconds to go. Will we see overtime here in game number 2? It is still all to be decided. Anything can happen here in the last 30 seconds as we tick towards the final countdown. Harry just keeping that pressure on in the blue half. I think most of the possession here has been in that blue half as Jaster takes a shot from midfield. And again, the Handicap defense is major. Oh my Goodness gracious me. Gets an own goal and 20 seconds to go. Might have sealed his team's fate.
I tell you what, I was looking at that going, Vraxon, he completely threw that shot. He's so empty goal to aim for, easy shot in the world, no goalkeeper, and then the defender puts it in for him. What just happened?
It's so unfortunate. They were maybe on the run to overtime, but it's like you said earlier, just those little mistakes, and that was a big one that led to that. And that's got to shatter their confidence as another shot comes in from Pulse. Just clear away. Now 5 seconds to go. Can they get this ball downfield? This is going to hit the zeros, and my guys going to take this game 2-0 and move on to round number 3.
I tell you what, it was a bit of touch and go at the end of that one. I think Handicaps deserved maybe a game, especially how they played in that second end. So it was great. A little bit of effort from them.
Yeah, it was a great effort. Unfortunately, it wasn't to be, and it was just that own goal at the end that really did it. It's you never want to be the man to let your team down like that. But I imagine they're all patting each other on the back saying, "We'll get them next time," because that's how video games work and that's how our community is. But my guys taking it in 2-0 fashion, very close in that second game, but they do take it 2 games to nothing. Next up on the stream, we are going to see someone. We don't know who yet.
Well, it's going to be a Revolt Gaming against Team Endurance or Damage Incorporated. And I'm liking the look of Team Endurance. They got a nice sort of combination of 3 Spanish players, and I've been seeing a lot more Spanish players entering Rewind recently. So it's great to see.
It is good to see more globalization of Rewind. We thank you very much for joining the stream here on twitch.tv/RewindRL. Get chatting in the chat. Do what you do. It's going to be a great stream tonight. But we're going to take a. Are we going to take a short break?
Yep, yeah, I'd say we're taking a quick short break, Mr. Craftman.
Yes, thank you, Cornish Pirate. We will be right back after these short messages.
Yuck. Yuck.
is in your eyes, a look, your smile can't disguise. Of love, girl, is saying so much more than just words could ever say. And what my heart has heard, well, it takes my breath away. I have
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Rewind here on twitch.tv/RewindRL. I'm still Craftman, that's still Cornish Pirate.
Oh, yes, it is. And we have got Revolt Gaming against Team Endurance. The Spanish Armada is here. Team Endurance, full of Spanish players. Great to see them.
Yeah, I never expected to see this team here at all. But they're here against Revolt Gaming at £5 if you get that reference, by the way. Yeah, actually, don't. It's quite obvious. But speaking of free money, we got some free money you can get and donate to us in the chat. You do ! codes and you can find all the codes that you can put into Match Reno and give us some free money. That is going to be a great resource there for you. And all it goes towards helping build that prize pool. But right now, here on stream, we've got Team Endurance and Revolt Gaming. Cornish, you were talking about Team Endurance, the Spanish Armada, the Spanish Inquisition. What can you tell us about them?
Well, I'm not particularly sure, actually. I recognize their names, but I just can't place them, and it's really annoying me. They got Swayzer, Itzilin, and Syston. I apologize if I pronounced all of your names wrong, which I probably
did.
Yeah. I'm just a simple farmer, so...
Yeah. You're a pirate. I thought that's how it works.
I farm the seas.
Are you like a pirate farmer? Do you farm the seas?
I farm the seas for treasure. Let's just roll with that.
Yeah, sure. Let's sure, whatever you want to do, man. It's 2018. What is this world anymore? But I think all the teams are in right now, and we're going to get right going in here. This is now the quarterfinal round. Round number 3 is now the quarterfinals. We're ready to go. You are 2 match wins away from getting to that grand final and potentially taking home a share of that $45 prize pool. Here we go. Revolt Gaming and Team Endurance. Excuse me, I can't mix that up. I can't call them Endurance Gaming and Team Revolt. That would be heresy. Can't do that at all. But here we go. It's Sullen, Swayzer, and Seston on the orange team for Team Endurance. The Spanish Armada, like you said, Cornish, and Revolt Gaming has Cynical, Kieran, and a name we can actually pronounce, Dennis.
And surprisingly, Dennis is Dutch.
Oh, is he Dutch?
Yeah.
I can't do it. Don't try and make me do a Dutch accent, because it's impossible. It would just come out weird and, like, offensive.
I mean, you're Scottish. It comes out weird and offensive anyway.
Hey, the game started and someone scored. It's Sexton with the first goal of this game.
Oh, it's an absolute boomer as well from the side. He has a third rotation goal, so a little risky coming in, but high risk, high reward. He gets that goal. Team Endurance 1-0 up. The Spanish are here.
The Spanish are here to play, and they are here with a bang in the first 30 seconds, that first game. And Sullen, oh my goodness, you saw that attempt at the air dribble, just got defended away. But that was a nice attempt at a shot, and just showing what they can potentially do in this game. And a lot of pressure we've seen right now in the blue half of the field. I don't think I've seen this ball once in that orange half.
Well, it's the best form of defense is a good offense, and well, it's over now. It looks like that was a great save of Swayzer.
Good save. Absolutely great save, but the pressure is suddenly flipped, and we are seeing Revolt Gaming trying their best to take this one into their own hands as Dennis clears it straight upfield to Seston, but it goes right back to him. And now Cynical's going to come flying in, make his attempt at a goal, but no. Sullen just going to easily hit that one away, and now Dennis takes another shot from midfield. A lot of midfield shots. I think we were talking earlier in that last game about taking shots from your own half and pretty much giving possession away to the other team, and you really don't want to do that because it gives the opposition their opportunity to make their own plays.
That's my point. Unless you hit the ball ridiculously hard from midfield, all it's doing is taking a goalkeeper out of the game, taking a defender out. And if the team you're playing against has good rotations, it is effectively you just pass to the other team.
Yeah, and that's how we see these ping pong matches appearing. Not necessarily this one at this point, but it's two teams just hitting the ball back and forth, back and forth. No really offensive plays being made from the other team's half. You really got to push up and really find your teammates, get that ball passing about a little bit, like we saw from my guys earlier on. We're not really seeing that from, at least I'm not seeing that really from either team here It's just going back and forth a lot, and they're not really finding each other, but Sways are going to try and turn that one on net. Cleared away by Kieran, and now Cynical trying his best to get the team in a position to score right now. But the ball just sort of floating in this offensive half, and Team Endurance just really doing what they like with it.
It's a strange one at this moment for Team Endurance. They've been tamed a bit from the start. And they're still at like the 8 shots between the team compared to the 3 of Revolt Gaming. But the game is petered out a bit, and the teams are finding their places, and we're just waiting on some excitement.
Yeah, give us some excitement, guys. That's what we're here for, really. But it is game number 1. Like we said before, it's usually a feeler match, seeing how the other team plays, and then that prepares you for the game number 2. But the score is still 1-0 in favor of Team Endurance. I don't see that score standing for long, especially with Revolt now had a couple of chances to score. The ball hovering right in front of the net, and Seston and Swazer just get that ball away just in time, but the pressure's still right on there. And now Dennis is going to try and get a goal here. Cynical passes out to Kieran. Nice save from Seston. Gets that one away, and we stay up at 1-0 to Team Endurance. But this offensive pressure from Revolt is absolutely glorious.
I tell you what, Team Endurance, they've really endured that attack there.
No!
And, oh my god, how did that go in? What?
Oh my goodness, this was just a bad rotational from Revolt Gaming. They just couldn't rotate back in time, and Dennis, I think he got caught going for boost and didn't realise that ball was slowly rolling towards his goal. But it does put them up 2-0 now.
I saw what happened to Dennis. He flipped on the wall, and I think he just tripped on it, and he's fallen, and I can't get up. That's what happened to Dennis.
It's unfortunate. You get those unfortunate plays where someone just makes a mistake or gets caught somewhere in the corner, and it just hinders your team now. 40 something seconds left now.
Absolutely. I mean, Revolt Gaming have really got to go for this. They're still going for it, Mr. Craftsman, but they haven't had anything special so far. They haven't had those amazing sort of I can do this, what can you do plays. It's just been running the numbers, and the numbers have been short.
Absolutely. What we like to see out of Rocket League is seeing those what you can do, I can do better what you do. What's the phrase? Anything you can do, I can do better. That's the one.
There you go.
Thank you. But we've not really seen that from Revolt Gaming. That is why they have lost this game to Team Endurance, being taken out 2-0 here in game number 1.
The Spanish, they are pretty classy, and I think they did definitely deserve that 2-0 lead. We just Revolt Gaming, it's a strange one. That both teams seem to have similar amounts of pressure, but they were all concentrated in like a minute of play, in like separate bits, and then it's all just passing, ping-ponging back and forth, and then minute of concentrated play again, and just Team Endurance seemed to come out on top in that one. They endured the Revolt Gaming attack, which is a terrible pun, and I will go and shoot myself.
It's fine. You're the pun master. It's fine. We forgive you for that.
Yep, I am the Punished Pirate. I would prefer not to go by that name.
Yeah, let's just move on from that. But what would you say, Pirate? You've seen the offensive pressure that Revolt put on there. They put on 9 total shots, most of them coming really in the last half of the game. What would you say is the one key thing they need to change to get past this Endurance defense?
I would just put down they had a very poor first minute, and that's where Team Endurance probably got about 50% of their shots, and that first goal. The second goal was just a silly mistake, which had never really happened. So get rid of that, and then it's back to a 0-0 game. From there, they can start building things, and I feel like this one should be a lot more even, looking at how the first game finished.
Yeah, I'm expecting a few more goals than just those 2 out of Team Endurance, and I'm expecting a very fast start from Revolt Gaming, because they know they can put the pressure right onto Team Endurance. And what I always like to say this is, if you keep banging on the door, it will eventually fall down, and that is what Revolt need to do. Just keep hammering those shots in, and eventually Team Endurance will crack under that pressure.
But hopefully they can do it in under 5 minutes, because not every door breaks in under 5 minutes.
I mean, maybe they need overtime to do that. who knows? Maybe it'll be a 0-0 overtime. Maybe it'll last half an hour, and we'll get one goal out of it. That'd be great. Actually, don't make me cast for a half-hour match. No, cannot handle the pressure. But speaking of pressure, that's exactly what Cynical's doing. But Sullen just getting that save in, and immediately we see Revolt Gaming on the attack early and putting that pressure straight on, like what we wanted to see exactly from Revolt Gaming here.
Yeah, but Team Endurance, they're still gaining the possession and the position a bit downfield. Maybe not so many attacking shots this game, but it's looking to be a bit more open.
Open, but some good shots coming out from Team Endurance. They're getting a little bit of possession. Now Kieran trying to take advantage of that empty net. Now everyone back in goal for Team Endurance. It's hovering in front of that net, but not going to be going anywhere but back towards the midfield. And Cynical with a nice little touch. Do you see that? He's just a nice block to keep that one up and not let the orange team clear that into midfield and keep this pressure going.
That was a perfect pass for Corinne, just had to take off so early to get it. And I think he didn't expect that to happen.
Look at Dennis with the second effort just in the air, using all his boost, but he kept that ball high up in the air on that orange side in the offensive box. Now they need to get something going here as the ball going to float in the middle here. Swayzer, a nice little save, and Dennis going to take a shot. Seiston just getting back in time. Good defense from Team Endurance. Like we saw in that last game, they are not cracking under this pressure from Revolt Gaming, no matter how hard they hit on that door.
I think it's almost like Revolt Gaming have listened to what I've said. They just need to cancel out that first minute of early pressure by Team Endurance and cancel out that silly mistake, and it's a 0-0 game. And they're working from that 0-0 to progress to something else.
Oh, look at this from Cynical off the crossbar, and the first goal of the Revolt Gaming in this series comes 2.5 minutes in to game number 2.
Can confirm they have progressed to something else, a goal.
Hey! Congratulations. Well done.
Thank you. It's almost exactly halfway through this game as well.
Yeah,
so
1 second off of that. Here's halfway. But Revolt Gaming, I'm liking what they're doing here. One thing I would say is I'm seeing a lot of them in the same position or on the same side of the field. They need to get their positioning sorted because Team Endurance is going to see that and take advantage of that and play around them. Get that ball right back up to maybe tie it up as Dennis takes another shot just wide. Now Swayzer going to try and find his teammate Seiston in the middle. Puts the shot towards the net, not not powerful enough, but Sullen going to take this one off the backboard. We're going to dip down here. Kieran, is it Kieran or Kieran? I don't know. I don't know. I don't really care.
It's
Kieran.
Kit full stop Rin.
Kieran.
Yeah.
I'll call him whatever I damn well please, okay?
Your name is now Richard.
Richard. So we got Tony from earlier, and then we got Richard.
Yeah.
Are we just going to go through more, like, boring names? I mean,
Is
we've
it-
got Dennis already.
It's a bit hard saying he's got a boring name.
Okay. Whatever. I mean, my name's not that exciting either. Adam.
I mean,
It's a horrible name.
we can't all be Swayzer.
We can't all be Swayzer. We can't all be Swayzer. We can't all be Dennis. But one of those is a good thing. But one of those is a bad thing. And the good thing is that Dennis is winning 1-0 right now. That's how I'm going to dig myself out of that hole. A minute to go now, and a lot of defense coming out in this game. We saw early pressure from both teams, but Revolt and Endurance holding fast in this game number 2 with that 1-0 lead. For Revolt Gaming right now.
I mean, I think this is just going to come down to if you can score 1 goal, you might win, because this is not going to be a high-scoring game. This is just 2 absolutely amazing defensive teams just trying to battle it out, and currently Revolt Gaming on top by a smidgen.
And they need to hold that smidgen out for the next 23 seconds. Can they do it? Can they tie this series back up and put this game in, or put the series even into a crucial game number 3? Endurance isn't going to let that one go easy as they put another bit of pressure, but 10 seconds to go. The ball deep in the orange half. It's not really going to be given an opportunity to get back out. But here we go. It is still up in the air. Do Team Endurance have the boost to get that one down? No. A good block from Revolt, and it touches the floor, and we will go to game number 3 with the series tied at 1.
It's just a battle of attrition, this game. It's just, you keep wearing down that defense, and eventually you can break its line, and Revolt was the only team that managed to do that. It does come back to what you say. You just got to keep knocking on that door, and eventually it will flatten the person behind it.
Absolutely. But by the way, Amma Cook was saying in the chat there, Tony and Richard are both cool names. What do you make of that? I want your analysis of those name analysis.
I think it's a controversial opinion. Not everybody would go for it, but it's his own choice. I think as long as you stick with your choice, you can work with it.
Make your memes dreams, ladies and gentlemen. And Poison Wasp also said he wants a team with Tony, Richard, and Steve. I'd cast that. I'd look at that.
It looks like a lot of people are restarting the game. Like, what is going on here?
Yeah, I think we've got a couple of people restarting their game, but they'll be back soon. But now we see game 3. We saw 2 games really defensively, one with both teams winning each of them. What do you expect from this one? Do you expect a lot more defense, or do you think many goals as they possibly can?
All right. I see 3 possible outcomes. The first one is another 1-0 very tight game type thing like we've had in the previous 2, where basically the winner is the team who can endure the other team's attack the most. The other option is it basically just goes to overtime for about half a year and we will die. Or it's going to be like 7-6, because both teams are just full out going for the goals instead of defending their own.
I'm going to take that latter option. I think both of these teams know, right, we've played really defensively these first 2 games. We've got to break out. I think more team endurance will break out because they lost that last game. And that's going to be playing on their minds, thinking, right, we got to be more aggressive. Whereas I think Revolt Gaming, because they won that last game, I think they might be a little bit more inclined to play a little bit more defensively. But I think as soon as Team Endurance score a couple of goals, they'll be like, right, we got to pile the pressure back on. We got to go aggressive more aggressive than we possibly can, and see if we can take this to, I don't know, 14-17. That's the scoreline I want to see at this game. And it'll start right now with Cynical putting it towards the orange net right off of kickoff. The pressure immediately straight on to Team Endurance, and Revolt Gaming not wanting to ride that momentum from the last game that they won and make the comeback. The reverse sweep. Okay, it's a 3-game series, but it's a reverse sweep either way, and that's what we like to see.
I say, going back to the games as well, I feel that the team who wins the second game carries the momentum into the business end of the tournament, and I think, or the round, and that can have a bigger effect than getting that first game, really. So my money always goes to the team who wins the second game.
Yeah, I'm actually with you, but again, it is only a 3-game series. I think I would say actually, I'm talking rubbish there. It's more important to win the first game if you're in a 5-game series. If you're in a 3-game series, I'd say yes, you can. Oh, actually, I'm talking rubbish again. Please take over, because I need to collect my thoughts.
I think what I'm trying to say is the team who wins the second end, they've either won the tournament, won the match because they won the first end, or they've come back sort of against the odds, they've leveled it up, and they're going into that final match where it decides who goes through into the next one.
Oh, Sullen not wanting to take any chances. He wants to make the comeback here for his team. No goals scored. We're a minute and a half into this game, and again, I think we predicted like a million goals to be scored in this game, but I think one. I think that one will come after a long overtime. The way these two teams are playing, they're still playing very defensively. A lot of ping pong happening, even though some aggression coming out from Revolt Gaming, especially right here. Is Dennis going to take a shot? It's just going to go wide, and Kirin just being very aggressive, taking out some of the orange teammates, but still no goals scored as we tick towards halfway done in this one.
I think it's just the same as usual. Both these teams, they're setting up their defense. They're very, very solid in that defensive rotation. They know what everybody is doing, what everybody's supposed to be doing, and they don't concede goals, or many of them, because of it.
Or none at all in this case. Swayzer and Sullen going to be doing a bit of backfield passing. Nice dunk there from Sullen, but it's just going to go straight to Kieran as he gets it into the corner. Going to try and follow up himself. It's out to Cynical. Couldn't get anything out of that. And now Siston and Swayzer are going to go on the attack here. Swayzer getting it back to Sullen, but intercepted by Kieran as it goes right back into that orange half. And now Cynical going to try and flick it over the entire orange defense. Siston with a great save to hold it at 0-0, but Kieran gets it out. No defense back in. 2 minutes to go. We are up 1-0.
I think, it's Cynical. After that shot, he just pushed Insolent out of the goal. And I think that's just what it takes to score a goal. You have to take somebody out of rotation by a demo or a bit of a shove.
But a little bit of a push and shove there. But when push does come to shove, we know Revolt will step up as the ball crosses the goal line, but does not register as a goal. Just floating in front there. Now, that could have been the game sealer because we've not seen many goals in this series. But if you go 2-0 up, you're probably going to win it. But here comes the pressure right back from Team Endurance. It's Cynical with a clutch save, just getting it away. But the pressure's still on from Team Endurance, and Sullen's going to take a shot straight into the path of a blue defensive player, and it is back up into the orange half, and well defended out there from Revolt Gaming.
John, I think Revolt Gaming got this just because I'm looking at the Team Endurance's attacks, and their shots I just don't think are aimed well enough. They're not aiming for the spaces, they're not looking at which way the keepers are just sort of looking to try and make the save. They're just hitting and hoping, and their hope is going.
Basically trying to brute force it, and like we said, knock that door down, but the door on the house of Revolt Gaming is holding solid as we tick under a minute to go now. 1-0 is the scoreline. One goal can change the entire look of this match, no matter who it comes from. Is it going to be Revolt? Is it going to be Endurance? Will no one score, and will Revolt take this game and take the reverse sweep? But here's Sullen. Had an opportunity on net, just puts it high, and I'm starting to agree with you now, Cornish. The shots, they may be coming in thick and fast from Team Endurance, but they're just not really being on target, and if they are on target, they're right into the path of a defensive player.
I think what isn't helping Endurance well, the Revolt Gaming defense is very proactive. They're great at getting out there for those blocks, and it's just limiting the Team Endurance's chances, and they don't have the time to aim.
Last chance now for Team Endurance to get anything going, but will it be a goal now for Revolt? It won't be. 2 seconds, 1 second, and time has expired, but will this ball stay in the air? No, it won't. A bounce was waited for, and you can't have the ball bounce at 0 seconds. Revolt Gaming take this game 1-0 as they did back in game number 2, and take the series 2-1.
It's not often where a team wins 2 games 1-0 and lost the first one 2-0. So effectively, the 3 games, it was a 2-all tie. It was quite interesting.
Yes, yeah, that's quite interesting. It's really one team wins, but they end up at the same overall score anyway. I don't know. That's fine. Whatever they want to do. Whether Revolt Gaming will make it any further into the tournament, they are now in that semi-final round. Still to be determined who they're going to be up against. But if they can hold fast in defense, I think we might see them back in the finals. I'm not sure, but we'll have to wait and see.
I'm looking at our next game, and the Spanish are back. CE Sabadell Esports against the winner between Relight and Moi Guys. Moi Guys, of course, saw in second round, I believe, with Jazer. It was Jazer. He's that big headline player. It's a tough game though. They're going up against Gods Miller and Hello, who's got one of my favorite names to say in the tournament. Hello.
And Mr. Disdain himself, who's fresh off of DreamHack as well. They did make it to day 2, lost to Equinox and Ghost, so it might be interesting to see who comes out on top there to go into the semi-final round, but we'll get to that a little bit later on. But we'll take a short break while we wait for that game to finish, and we'll see you on the other side of this short break. Don't go anywhere.
wasting my love on you.
Together.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Rewinds here on the 2nd of February 2018. My name's Craftman, that's still Cornish Pirate up there. Hello up there.
Hello down there.
Hello, how are you?
I'm great, thank you. And we have an absolute, can I say, we've got a cracker of a game here as well. We got the Spanish back. They beat Ragnarok, who are one of the top seeds in this tournament. I do believe they might have been the top seed. Another Spanish pair in their team as well. Against Relight. And Relight just beat the Moi guys 2-1.
Yeah.
Cracking of a game. So we got to say bye to Ajaza, Varaxon, and MK. But hello to hello, Gosmiller and Distan.
There you go. Yeah, Distan, we were just talking about him. Him and Gosmilla just straight off the back of DreamHack. They're getting right back into this Rocket League scene, getting ready for RLCS. But one other thing we're getting ready for is you to give us your free money. If you type !! codes in the chat right now, you can go click those links, get your $1 codes and put them into the match arena, and that will boost our prize pool potentially. So get that done. It is completely 100% free. No credit card required as far as I'm aware. Terms and conditions may apply. But we're going to get straight into this game right now. Cornish, I'm expecting Relight to do relatively well here. What's your take on this?
There isn't a bad player on the pitch. I'm just going to put my money on Relight because I like the name Hello. It's quite pleasant to say, but that's the only thing that separates these two teams in my mind.
Absolutely. Well, it's all good on paper, but the real difference comes down to what they do on the pitch. And we're going to get right into this game. As soon as the teams are ready, they will join up. And we will have ourselves a lovely little game here of Rocket League on the beautiful Manfield night. Wouldn't you say? I think this is the best stadium in Rocket League. Wouldn't you say?
It's a little foggy.
A little foggy. What's your favourite stadium?
The one without fog.
The one without fog, which... Okay, sure. I don't know which one that is, but you do you, son. You do you. As we get into this game right away. Good pressure coming out from CE Sabadell is the full name of their team, the Spaniards. As they get the first goal of the game, no defense in goal for Relight. And that is a surprisingly first quick goal from Sabadell.
That was great power by Mark there as well. He, on the turn, to get that much power on it into the top corner is spectacular. And so early on, against a team that's got players like Godsmiller in, they look especially good.
Indeed they do. Maybe they're the ones to take out this team as Hello says hello to the game and gets his first save. Great save there. Clutch save. Being the first one to get any registerable stat on the board. Yes, I said registerable. That's a word I can say. As the pressure is now flipped to the other side, and I've not even read his name. Nachito makes the save and keeps this game at 1-0. Some good defense from both teams, but both teams looking to be quite aggressive in this one.
Yeah, but I'd say Relight are really struggling getting that counter-attack going. They spend all their time in their own half, which they're going to need to change soon, or they'll start conceding even more goals.
Yeah, they got to push up as Mark B puts another, or Mark by 8, I thought that was a B. Mark is his name, is what we're going to call him, as Natch gets a nice dunk as Gosmilla just comes in at the last second to stop the goal going in, but the pressure straight back onto the backboard by the money team, and the ball goes straight back into the corner. Mark keeping the pressure on back to Nachito in the middle, just nice little tap there by Gosmilla to keep this ball out of the net, and as we tick towards 3 minutes to go, Sabadell being quite surprising to me right away that they are the more aggressive team here, and they are still up in this game 1 goal to nothing.
Like, there's a full-on siege of the Relight goal going on there, and they're really, really struggling to clear lines. They've only had one shot in this entire game. When you look at the players like Godsmiller, Distant Hello, they've got to be doing better.
Absolutely, they've got to bring their A game right now, because they may have been able to coast through the tournament up till this point, but then they met Jazer in the last round, took his team to game number 3, winning that 2-0. Now they're here in the semi-finals. They need to step their game up, because these ain't no easy matches. None of these are easy matches from now on. You have got to play at the best level you can possibly play at. And Sabadell, they know they have the skills, they have the opportunity to take down this team and go on to that grand final to play for that $45 prize pool. A lot bit later on, we'll see that live here on stream. A bit of ping pong going back and forth now. Sabadell just taking their time, really keeping possession. Nice little save there, and Distan, I don't know. He's trying to find his teammates. Couldn't really, and he takes a shot there. Money team keeps that ball away, but it's still dangerous in that blue offensive box. And cleared away now by Mark as he looking for that second goal for his team. And a minute and a half to go. Relight looking for an opportunity, not getting any so far.
I'll say the last two games we've seen on stream were both 1-0 wins for Revolt Gaming, but they were very different styles of games compared to this one. As when you have a chance to, this game is all about the aggression, and it's great to see that both teams are really going for it.
But in the same time that they're going for it, some of the shots a little bit wayward, but also some great defensive plays have came out. Oh, look at that from Distan, who gets it to Hello and pops it in to tie it up with just over a minute to go.
Oh, that's such a smart choice by Distan. Instead of going for the shot, two players blocking him for that shot, he passes it off to Hello. Hello, right place, right time, slams it in the back of the net, and it's a tied up game.
Tied game as we are approaching the final minute of gameplay and regulation. Will we see our first overtime of the day here on stream as Mark and Nacho rotating in the same place, not really somewhere you want to be, doing the exact same thing as your teammate, because it pretty much makes the game a 2v1 if both of you are doing the same thing, or 2v3, sorry, if both of you are doing the exact same thing at the exact same time. It just takes a player out. And now, coming towards 30 seconds left, who is going to be the one to make the play here? As we now really see Relight coming into effect. They're starting to find each other and making some more offensive plays and putting a real hazard here to the Sabadell half.
So they've saved their time, they've worked it up, and now they're in the right place of the pitch. They're scoring goals, looking dangerous. Will they get it, avoid overtime?
Oh my god! Oh, Hello, just taking it off of a blue player there, almost getting it in, but the ball's still in a dangerous position here. It's going to touch the ground, go to overtime, as a great clear came in to save the overtime. And now we hear tied up. Who's going to take it? Next goal wins.
I think Relight, they're looking better. They've relit themselves really from the start of the game where they were they basically just couldn't clear their box out. Now on the attack, looking positive, playing positively, hoping for a goal.
I think something that might get into the mindset of these players is almost scoring the goal in overtime to take it from Hello, just couldn't find the angle. But the other thing that might come into their minds is they might not know these players and think they can take it easy, but the whole Sabadell team has proven that they are here not to mess around. They want to get to that grand final just as much as Relight do, and they are taking no prisoners whatsoever and really bringing it to this Relight team, and it's going quite well for them as Mark almost finishing it off. Just goes high, and some more aggression coming out here from Sabadell, but it goes wayward, and now Relight back on the attack.
Oh, that was a great save by Money. No follow-up by Relight as well. I said Relight, they've really found a groove in this last couple of minutes. They're just working so much better than that first minute, and it's like a different team is playing.
Yeah, they've really found themselves, especially in the last 2.5 minutes of regulation. They started to find each other a little bit more, and sort of they probably said to each other, right, we got to step our game up. We got to do what we did when we beat Jazier and his team last time around. Now we got to do it to Sabadell, because they are really the underdogs in my eyes, because I would say not a lot of people would recognize the names too well compared to maybe to Distan. But as we tick towards 2 minutes gone here in overtime, it is a true Cinderella story right now, as Sabadell holding Distan and the rest of Relight to 1 goal And almost a dribble play right up the middle from Money Team, but it's going to leave one man back. It can Mark clear away. Yes, he can. Almost the game-ending shot from Goodsmiller.
So it's still only a goal to win. I mean, one team might have all possession, and it's just one silly mistake at the back, and you lose. That's Rocket League overtime.
It is. You do not want to be the one to make that first mistake, especially in overtime here when it's next goal wins. And we played pretty much a game and a half now, 2.5 minutes gone. In overtime, gets a full 5 minutes. I certainly hope not. I hope this game ends fairly soon.
Not
because I don't want to see it anymore. It's because I want to move on to game number 2, because I want to see how these teams adjust to each other in the second game. Because overtime is really an anomaly, and you play a little bit differently. But as soon as we start the second game, we start to see teams really adjusting to the other team and making those changes and really to play to their own strength. So but there's a goal from the stain and gets it. Time at just over 3 minutes gone. What an overtime series we have coming up here in the semi-finals.
What caused that goal there? Really early on in the replay, Goldsmiller, he bumped somebody in goal, took him out of the rotation, and dispatched that ball first. Gets the goal, and Relight win that first game from being 1-0 down to this pretty decent Spanish team who are a recognisable face around the Rewind tournament as well. It's definitely at least the second tournament I've seen them in.
Absolutely. It's a proud effort from CE Sabadell, but just not enough to hold off the Relight. I think that's a really close game. Relight were good enough to take it just there, but I'm expecting this series to go to at least 3 games. Wait, it is only 3 games. It's going to go to 3 games. Minimum. Maximum. Whatever.
You can still have a 2-0 win. It's still a possibility.
Yeah. It is still a possibility. You can have a 2-0 win in game 3. Maybe. I don't know.
Are you alright then, Mr. Crawford?
I don't know. I sucked in some helium just straight out of the air. I don't know how that happens. It's my lungs. I need to see a doctor. But Sabadell, I'm expecting them to do pretty much really well as they went into, and the server went down from maintenance. We will get a new server back. But while we're getting that back, Relight and Sabadell waiting on game number 2 here. But I'm expecting both of these games, game number 2 at least, to be very close again. Sabadell might just edge it. I'm expecting at least one more overtime out of this, wouldn't you say?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, looking at the teams and how they play as well, it's so different. It's still low scoring from what we compared to in the previous series against Revolt and Team Endurance, but there's so much more aggression. Both teams really pushing for that win instead of trying to stop the opponents winning, and I think it just provides a lot more entertaining Rocket League.
Absolutely. Maybe we'll see a 10-minute overtime. I know D-Man 7000 in the chat. He wants a 10-minute plus overtime. Maybe we'll see that in game number 2 here coming up in a little bit. I think we're waiting on all the players just joining back in, getting the new server back up. It's all nice, new and shiny. It's still the same stadium, but who cares? It's a lovely stadium. I love it. You love it. I'm sure you love it, Cornish, as well. Although too foggy for you, like you said. I don't think that's foggy. It's just clouds. It's just low clouds.
I mean,
maybe the stadium's high up on a hill. It's on a hill. It's on a big hill, a mountain.
I've got a feeling that fog is just low-lying cloud.
Great Scott, you're right. My goodness. Inform the FBI. We got them this time, boys. But hey, we got this game underway. Distin and the rest of the Relight squad looking to shut this game down. I don't think they want to play a game number 3. They want to go straight onto the grand finals and take on whoever is playing in that other game. I'll just let you know who that is. It is Frenzy and Revolt Gaming still holding strong. Actually, we saw them. That's the game we saw them into the semi-final. Could they get to the grand final? We'll have to wait and see, but we're going to get this game settled down first, as both teams really settling into the rhythm of things. No defensive man back for the entire of the blue team, but some Devils coming out, taking out Hello, and Hello took out someone else as well as a double demolition. Almost a goal with no defense back, but they were, Sabadell were just lucky not to have conceded right there and then.
Oh, they're lucky that Distan, he had no boost left at all. You just saw him, it's like, oh, there's the ball. I want to be over there. And he just has to pick up a tiny little boost and flip there. And it's just taking up too much time.
Almost a goal there from the money team. As the pressure right back on to the Relight squad in their own half. Well, ping pong, they're doing a lot of hard clears, which is allowing them to ping pong back and forth. Nachito takes out Distan, and although it is 3v1 right for the moment, but everyone's spawned back in, and the defense is here. And solid again for the Relight squad. As it goes back into the middle, Mark gets a shot, and it goes in, bounces off an orange player, but it goes in 1-0. That is the first goal of this game.
I think Godsmiller has converted to the Spanish. That was an awesome pass, straight down into the middle. It's one of those ones where you're passing it back to your goalkeeper and he's not paying attention. It all went mistakes. Things happened and they're 1-0 down.
Yeah, Hello almost got the shot right back out, but it's just an unfortunate bounce out. And that's going to allow Team Sabadell to take the first goal, take the early lead here. 3 minutes to go. And I spy another close one on our hands. Maybe we'll see the second goal in the dying seconds of this one, and we'll potentially see that 2-minute overtime or a 10-minute overtime. That was a nice little pass through from Mark to dunk over the rest of that orange team. But again, the defense is holding strong for both teams. No one really letting up here.
You got to remember as well, in the first game, Sabadell scored first and went on to lose 2-1 in overtime. So we could literally have a replay of that.
We could potentially see just that one goal. We could potentially see 60 more goals. Maybe not in the 2 minutes time frame, but we're just going to have to wait and see. Anything can happen in Rocket League. And that anything happening right now is Sabadell winning this game right now. With 2 minutes to go, 1-0 is still the scoreline. Relight trying to push that ball back into the blue half and maybe make some plays because they've not really had too many plays. Only 2 shots from the whole Relight squad. As we take under 2 minutes to go, they need to make some more plays because Sabadell have had possession of this ball for most of this game.
Gosman misreading that read off the wall there. It's like, to score, you really need to get the ball down the other end of the pitch. And at the moment, Relight not doing that enough. They've really picked up the tempo at the end of that first game, so they need to do that again to have any hope at the moment.
Some nice little passing plays upfield from Sabadell, but it wasn't to be as Hello had an opportunity on open net. It just goes awry. Now a double commit in the air. Could this potentially score goal number 2 for the blue team? Oh, it just goes high off the crossbar again, and it cleared away by Godsmiller. That was an opportunity for Sabadell to really secure this game, and it's going to go back into the blue half. Almost scores and ties it up for Relight, but it's going to stay out, and we go under a minute to go, and it is still only 1-0.
I say, I'm just going to put out that was a sort of platinum diamond level play by Sabadell there. They really should have scored. Oh, Godsmiller. Sometimes he's just too good.
Oh, hence the name, I suppose. Look at this pass out from Hello right onto the other side of the goal, and just absolutely does the blue player who was coming out to defend that. Tied up at 1. 45 seconds to go. Will we see overtime once again in this game? Or will someone score a goal? Keep us out of that dreaded overtime that none of these teams really want to face. Especially, I would say, Sabadell since they lost 2-1 in that last overtime that we saw in game number 1. 30 seconds to go now.
I suppose Sabadell, they really should be 2-0 up, and this game pretty much dead and buried. And to go back to 1-0, it's... Wow,
could it be?
They've got to do better.
They have got to do better. They've got to finish the plays that they are starting. They are not putting those goals into the net, and it is costing them right here and now. A demo comes from Mark to Godsmiller, but it's not going to do anything. The ball's back in the blue half. Relight pushing. Could they get the goal here to send it into the final? Oh my goodness, great save by Mark, and they're going to touch this one down, and we're going to see overtime once again in game 2.
I tell you, the difference between these two teams is virtually nothing. 2 games with exactly the same scoreline into overtime. And who's going to win this one? It's very 50-50 either way. the Zabadell. They should have won it. So many mistakes in the attack.
You're saying Sabadell should have won it earlier, but of course, Relight should have won it there right at the end as well, but it was just some great defense from Sabadell, and that is really what has saved them in this game. They're good defensive plays. They are rotating back. They are getting someone back there to block all the shots from Relight, and it is serving them well, as Nachito would making another good save, reading that shot from Guzmel. It just gets in the right place at the right time. But they're giving possession straight back to Relight, which is giving them the opportunity to push down again. Sabadell were good at that, maintaining possession, but they just need to start getting the ball back in their own possession once again and make those plays that we saw earlier.
It's a great chance of Gods Miller. Wow, it's so close.
Oh,
there we go.
Oh!
I was waiting for that to happen. You just all see all the players just lining up. They're going to take all their turns. They stand onto the backboard. Hello finally finishes it off. And that is the Spanish team out by 2 overtimes. And that's got to hurt.
Man, double overtime loss. That has got to hurt, but they've got to be proud of what they performed here today. That is an absolutely stellar performance against this Relight squad. But hello, waving goodbye to this game, scoring that last goal. And they will move on to the best of 5 finals, which will be coming up in a little bit. And they're going to be taking on, we can finally reveal, drumroll please.
Ooh. I can't do drum rolls.
They are going to be taking on Revolt Gaming, who we saw earlier take out Team Endurance in a very close match again. Their defense held strong against Frenzy, and I'm expecting this grand final best of 5 to be an absolutely defensive showcase. And we will see that coming up in a little bit. But first, we'll take a short break. Go grab yourself some water or whatever your drink of choice and meet us back here in a couple of minutes' time where we will see the grand finals of Relight versus Revolt Gaming to take home the grand prize of $45 US. Don't miss it. We'll be right back.
Just yesterday, I found true love, but it passed from me. It's love I made. I know I won't regret it. I found true love. I found true love. Just yesterday, I found true love, but it passed from me. It's love I made.
Yuck.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our grand finals here on the Rewind 3v3 European Tournament. My name is Craftman, taking you through the final game, our final series of today, joined still by Mr. Cornish Pirate. And I am expecting a great one here. What about you, Cornish?
I mean, we literally have the two teams who know how to edge their way into the next round, because we saw it in that semi-final. Relight, they won 2-1, 2-1, both in overtime.
Yeah.
And then we had Revolt Gaming beating Team Endurance they lost 2-0 and then they won 1-0 and then won 1-0 again in that quarterfinal. I just reminded they won that semi-final against Frenzy 3-1 and 2-1, so still very close games.
Yeah,
so, I mean,
and we're expecting it to be really close here. Now we're up to a best-of-5 series. Who is going to take down? Who is going to take home the crown? I should say. Is it going to be Revolt? Is it going to be Relight? We got Relight and Revolt. Like, come on, this is meant for each other. But do you know what you guys in the chat are meant for? You're meant for donating free money to us. Head up the chat. Put in exclamation mark codes. I think we've only got about 9 or 10 codes left to give out. So get in while it's hot. Push that prize pool up for another $10, and maybe, just maybe, we'll get that through to the winning team, whoever that may be. Remember, exclamation mark codes, and then put that code into the Matcherino thing. It's fine. It's obvious. You know what to do.
Yeah. Remember,
Trox did it.
It's all completely free as well. So it's not costing you guys any money. It's just we get some money towards us to help to put towards future tournaments and this tournament as well. Yeah.
No credit card required. Absolutely. Trox did that in the chat. He's got his code in, which I won't read out in stream because it's well, you could probably read back up the chat and see what it is, but we got plenty more codes for you to get out and pop us some free cash. Doesn't cost you a penny, except maybe in internet charges, but you know, you pay for internet anyway. It's okay. It's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, do you know who else pays for internet? Relight and Revolt. And they're paying for internet to play this game to win themselves some lovely cash. But like we were saying, these two teams, we just saw Relight and we saw Revolt earlier on. Two really defensive teams. Who do you think is going to be the first breakthrough here? Who's going to get that first, all-important first goal?
I think it's going to be Relight. I think they're offensively better, but also I'd just like to say a massive thanks out to Trox Ito, who is basically the lord of Rewind. He funds us. He's an amazing person. So if you can just do some RG hearts in chat, it'd be amazing. So thank you, Trox Ito.
We love you, Troxy. Troxy Woxy. But yeah, like I'm in agreement with you. I think Relay are the more team, despite Revolt having a fantastic defense. I think Relay are going to find their way around it. Particularly in game number 1 here. I think they're going to take game number 1 in close fashion. I think all these games are going to be won quite close, but I think Relay will just edge game number 1 at least. And also because they're coming off hot off that victory, 2-1, 2-1, both in overtime.
I mean, I think they've proven that they're not phased by overtime, so it's not such a bad thing for them if they have to take it to overtime, but I'm pretty sure they won't want to. They'll want to win it in conventional time, as would everybody. But I think we're just about ready, aren't we, Mr. Craftman?
Yeah, we are ready. I hope the teams are ready. We've changed fields. We are on Champions Field now, where we will crown our grand champion of today. Will it be Revolt? Will it be Relight? Who is going to rewind into the grand spot? See, it's Relight, Revolt, and Rewind. Yeah. Normies. Anyway, these people aren't getting off our stream. They're here to play some Rocket League. Best of 5 starting right here, right now. Champions Field, here we go. Who will be the breakthrough and take home that prize pot tonight?
It's going to go either way. I'm still putting all my money on Relight, though.
I'm going to put my money on a great match emerging from this. I'm going to be unbiased. and just hope that we have a great match and a good shot coming in from Kieran. Just goes wide, but pressure really been put on by both teams, and Scott Miller going to get the one into the corner, and a great save from Kieran, who rotated his way back into defense. Good save, showing that the Revolt defense is very strong here in game number 1 still, as from when we saw them in the quarterfinals earlier on.
I think that's just the difference between the two teams as well. Revolt Gaming, they like that defensive setup. Relight, they don't. They want to go for that aggression, but they can also defend. And I think that is what's going to give Relight the edge, is that they can do everything, but maybe not enough in defense.
No, there you go. But people who can do enough in defense are called cynical. But some great passing plays here from Dennis out to Kieran off the backboard, just confuses that blue defense. And with 1 minute gone, we have 1 goal on the board in favor of Revolt. I don't know who's going to take this. Who do you guys in the chat think is going to take this? Get your predictions in right now. Is it going to be Revolt? Is it going to be Relight? And what's the score going to be? Is it going to be 3-0, 3-1, 3-2? What's it going to be? Let us know in the chat, and we'll see. We're going to see. We'll see you in the chat, having some fun. But no defense back there for Revolt as Dennis rotates back just in time. Almost a 1-1. Because Miller and the rest of Relight really starting to put some more pressure on, making some more team plays, passing it back and forth between each other. And now Disdain going to take a shot down, dunked down by Dennis, denied. Is Dennis the denier, I'm going to call him. Just takes that one opportunity away from Disdain, and we stay at 1-0.
Just looking at chat, I think it's slightly swayed towards Revolt. I think there's only the one person going Relight with me. So most of you are wrong. It's going to be Relight.
No!
I'll eat my.
My goodness. Cynical. You want to score goals that are slower than 81 miles an hour? My goodness, look at that. Oh, just a boomer of a shot from inside the box. And just no chance that that was going to get saved by the Relight squad. 2-0, and Revolt really proving their worth and saying we deserve to be here in the grand finals.
Joe, I'm going to have to take everything back, because Revolt Gaming, they are really going out and attacking this one. They're not just that defensive setup. I think they just adapt and change to what their opponents are. And the game we saw before, they just had to defend because the other team defends so hard. It was just the best way to play against them. I think that, in my mind, they are just a smart team.
Smart team, fighting fire with fire. When one team goes on the aggressive, they counter right back and get those good counter plays that we've seen from them. But also when push comes to shove, they do make those plays in the offensive box of their opponent and get around that defense. But it is just a clinic right now from Revolt Gaming, as Hello couldn't find the net, just finds the corner. Some good shots coming here from Cynical again, right from the midfield this time, and that is the hat trick already for Cynical.
I mean, what has Cynical done this game? He is everything, absolutely everything, at 100 miles an hour. He's like, get in my backpack, Kieran and Dennis, we're going somewhere.
He is living life in the fast lane right now. He is on a high. 2 minutes to go, and I don't really see a way back, particularly in this game, for Relight, now that they're 3-0 down. Cynical has just been an absolute boss for his team as he tries to fake out Hello, just getting red. But Cynical being the real powerhouse for his team and carrying Dennis and Kieran on his backpack. Not that they've not done some great plays, they have helped out quite a lot, but Cynical has just been an absolute beast in this game.
I mean, you're talking about Dennis the denier. I think we'll go for Cynical the clinical.
Cynical clinical. There you go. I can work with that. Yes, the clinical Cynical getting back into defense, going to take this one away from Distant, but it's going to get tapped into Gus Miller and couldn't put the shot on target. Just comes off the post, and that is really what has killed this Relight team in this game. They've had their opportunities, but they've not shot on target, and they've just had these opportunities lost in translation and left out on the field.
It's almost like Revo are playing Team Endurance again, because the Team Endurance were really struggling to get shots on target towards the end, and clinical. And it's Miller with that last miss. It's almost reawakened that.
Yeah, 30 seconds to go now. And you've got to think that Relay are probably thinking about game number 2. Now, remember, it is now a 5-game series, so you don't... if you lose the first game, all is not lost. You've still got a couple of games to make it back. But the way that this Revolt Gaming squad is playing right now, I would not doubt that they are going to go hard and fast in game number 2 like they have done in game number 1, taking this in great fashion. 3-0 is the scoreline as the ball touches down, and Revolt Gaming take game number 1. Man, that is a statement from Revolt, saying that they are here to play in this final.
I mean, they've put down a benchmarker, and then they just walked over it, kept going, got all the way back round to it, and then kept going again. Somebody signed Cynical up. He's a special one.
Yeah, I don't deny that he's done some great things here. Look at that, 5 shots, 3 goals. All 3 goals coming from the bonnet of Cynical. But that's not anything degrading on his team, because look at that. 2 assists from Karin, 1 assist from Dennis. His team have been there, done that. They've got 2 saves each. They're absolutely 3 phases. Oh, 2 phases, sorry. I'm going to American football there. That's what 3 phases is. In both phases of the game, offense and defense, they are just absolutely solid, and that's what I want to see continue in game number 2. As for Relay, Pirate, what do you think they need to do to shut down Revolt and what they're doing in both offense and defense?
It's a tough one. I think they've got to cancel out Cynical somehow. Cynical, I think it just apparently had a bit of a wire break, so there's a slight delay between games. But everybody is good and back and going, I believe.
Yeah, we're up and ready to go, and I think they're just
all right. There we go.
Messing about, making sure the game doesn't start until everyone is in. But everyone is now in and ready to go. Can Relay take this game back? Remember, it is 1-3, so they've got a couple of games leeway. But that first game victory for Team Revolt Gaming, has got to be feeling good as they take this momentum into game 2.
For me, Revolt Gaming, they're a bit of a level above Relay, especially from that first game. Relay Gaming, they've just got to get that individual play out. They've got to get something special, and that's what Cynical did for Revolt last game. It was an own goal there, potentially.
Almost. But it's very well cleared away by Cynical, and now gives Revolt a chance to reset in their defense and clear that one out. As it going to hover in front here of the blue net, but Distan gets it away. Distan, I keep saying his name weird. I wanted to say Disdain, but then I got told it's Distan, and then I say Distan, and it's all weird. Ignore me. It's fine. We've found our Richard.
all the letters are there, just in the wrong order.
No, is it Tony, Richard, and
Steve?
Steve. That was it. Steve. We found our Steve. It's Distan. I'm going to say the name wrong. Sorry. So I do apologize, Mr. Distan. Oh dear. One man's name I'm not going to get wrong though is Cynical as he takes a shot towards net. Just clear away now, and both teams have had their opportunities to make some plays, but some solid defenses have kept this one at 0-0 as Cynical gets a pass in from Karin, and this one is all Karin. Make no mistake about it. Cynical right place at the right time.
Cynical the clinical. That's what's going to be on his gravestone in like 1,000 years' time.
Absolutely, but we saw that pass from Karin. That was really what made the goal happen. Cynical just came off the wall after I think it was a pass out to Karin that did it for him. As Distan gets his pass in from Godsmilla, and now ties this game up really quickly.
Bit of a mistake maybe by Karin. He flopped at it really. He flapped his wings, got nowhere near it, left the shot for Distan, and I don't think there was really anything Dennis could have done about it. He was just dead on the goal line.
Dead as a dodo on the goal line. But now tied back up as the first goal for Relight against Revolt. And now you sort of see them coming into their element. They're starting to pass to each other a little bit more, but Karin's just going to take that one straight out the hands of, I believe it was Hello who was trying to dribble that up the wall. But now, both teams getting their opportunities, and we see them breaking out a little bit more from their defensive standhold. And really starting to make plays downfield as Hello whiffs that one. Giving the ball to Dennis, but Destan gets it right back. Doesn't, well, takes the shot, but goes wide. But keeping that ball pressurized in the orange zone is going to bode well in the long run for Relight.
Nice wise defense there. We're just saying, you always something about defense you can often see from top teams. They never hit it just straight back out downfield. They always try to take it off the side. Gives you the opportunity to take a second hit on the ball, get it a bit further downfield. But it just, in general, keeps it in better control for you and gives your opponents less of a chance to score. A tip everybody should pick up in defense. Never clear straight down the pitch.
Always try and find your teammates because they are going to be the ones that help you out. Not the other team. Don't want to give the ball to the other team. Keep possession. Make your own plays. And sometimes it's not a matter of how far you can clear it. It's who you can clear it to. And allowing them to make a play up the field and put you in a good position to score. Speaking of scoring, we are approaching a minute and a half to go now. We've only had 2 goals and there's a third. Cynical taking it 2-1 and putting his team in a good position now.
What is it with Cynical? He's literally the only scorer of Revolt Gaming this match. He scored 5 goals for them across 2 games. And he is really, really carrying his team with these shots.
Cynical just being absolutely clinical, as we like to say here. And really being the front man for his team. Being that man who's going to score the goals and really let his team do the dirty work back in defense as Karin and Dennis both get a couple of saves and save this from going to 2-1 as Relight want to pile the pressure right back on. A Cynical going to take another shot, and there he is, the hat trick once again as we tick towards a minute to go now.
Yeah, I've just seen the next patch notes for the newest update for Rocket League. They're going to nerf Cynical. He's too good.
You can't choose Cynical as your hero now. He's going to be nerfed down.
Yeah,
man, oh man, Cynical is just an absolute beast, isn't he?
Yeah, he's going to be banned in tournament play.
I'm sure he wouldn't appreciate that, but something else he doesn't appreciate is that great goal from Godsmilla. Look at this pass in from Hello.
Yeah, you've got to work those angles, find something a little different, and then that can break the defense. Something Relight have been good at? No, not this game so far. That's the first instance I've really seen of it.
Yeah, some good teamwork. That's what we would really like to see from both these teams. They're really finding each other as Cynical tries to get another goal. Oh, that was a good opportunity now. But now with Relight have pulled themselves back within 1 and tied it back up with 44 seconds left. Godsmilla saving this game for his team.
I mean, it's something special is coming out from Relight at the moment. They've turned themselves around. They've got over the hill, and they're working to catch up on Revolt, and they're making a game of it.
They've found that burst of energy they need. Their fire has been relit. As take that one sang, but Dennis going to say, hey, it's not just Cynical that can score, I can score too.
Yeah. This last minute has literally just been error 404, defense not found for either team.
Yeah, and it was just unfortunate in that instance. It was Relight. They're just pushing hard. They want to win this game right here, right now. But Kieran going to try and put another goal in and maybe secure it going 2 goals up. But now Hello working that ball back towards the orange net. They are not done at all here in game number 2. And Hello going to put another one in shot. Kieran just getting it back. And Kieran has been an absolute god in goal. Coming up with a couple of clutch saves so far in this game. But within 10 seconds to go now, ball is still dangerously in that orange half. Godsmilla gets it into the middle to stand, looking for his teammates, going to hit the floor, and Revolt take game number 2, and they are on championship point.
tell you what, Revolt are going to be taking like a big deep breath and like, okay, time out. We need a break here because oh my god, they were so close to conceding a goal there. Corinne right onto the underside of his own crossbar to save it. And look at that again. The entire Revolt team, 2 saves each. Every single player pulls their weight in defense.
It just shows you how well they rotate, how well they pass the ball off to each other, despite Cynical really being obviously being the top goal scorer throughout this entire tournament for his team, at least that we've seen. We've seen that when it comes to defense, they are an absolute vault. They are shutting the bank doors and not letting Relight through too often. It did come down to that 1 goal difference, but Dennis, Corinne, and Cynical, they have got to be feeling good. Going into game number 3 now, match point. They just need to do what they've done to Relight, be solid in defense, and give the ball to Cynical upfield. It has been an absolute clinic from Revolt, and that is what we want to see going forward in game number 3. But Relight, I don't think they're done. They want to push this to at least game 4, and possibly make that reverse sweep. Cornish, Pirate, Sir, Esquire. I don't know. I was going to ask you a question, but it's just escaped my mind. Please talk anyway.
Okay, I was just saying that the biggest story coming out of that previous game as well was somebody other than Cynical scored a goal.
Oh yeah. Dennis gets in the action as well. He has the Dab and Reaper as well, which, you know, we've got to pull out Dab and Reaper every now and again.
Do we have to?
We're not on camera, so.
All right.
Dab away, my friend.
I'm against dabbing.
Private.
I'm part of the anti-dab party.
Anti-dab party. Do you not like dib dabs then? Like do you remember the dib dabs?
I would settle for not having dib dabs if we could get rid of dabs.
You just like the dib.
Yeah.
Dib. But then if you don't have the dab, you can't have the dib.
Just get back to the game, Craftman.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go back to the game. No goals have been scored, so not really much got happening here. But look at that team play from Gunsmilla to Hello, almost gets it. It is no defense, it's going to get out to the stain, but that is a great team play there from Relight to start this game off.
So I think Diston just came along with a broom and like just swept the defense away, and he just left himself an empty goal score from Hello's so close to getting that goal. But Diston, he's there with his broom, sweeping away, getting that goal.
I think that is a warning shot to Revolt, who have been so confident that they are going to win. In my opinion, they've been really confident. They've won game 1, they've won game 2. Now they've got to be feeling confident going into game 3, thinking they can take that one as well. But this is a warning shot from Relight to say, hey, watch yourselves. We're here to play. We do not want to go out in a sweeping fashion. We want to get at least one game here as Diston, trying to get that ball over the defense. Not going to happen though, as the ball trickling back towards the blue net. And Gunsmilla going to tap this one down. Out to Cynical though, who keeps that ball pressurized in the blue half. And now Corinne taking his shots into the corner, trying to find a teammate. And it's going to go right back out to Cynical. Takes a shot on net and Hello gets back in defense right away to clear that one away. But Revolt not letting up in their offensive pressures and keeping this one close.
Yeah, something to remember as well, Revolt Gaming, they did slightly better than the first game in that second one.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, it's just wide.
Oh, it's just wide.
From
the go on.
I would say Revolt Gaming, they only did slightly better in getting the extra goal. But Relight, they did a lot better. I think they really started to understand how to play against Revolt towards the end of that second game. So I'm just putting my money on Relight for this one.
Well, like I said earlier, when I'm on air, I'm not a betting man, but if I were, which I am, off stream, I'd put my money on Relight here as well to make a valiant comeback and at least put that one game pressure onto Revolt and say, we don't want you to sweep. You're going to have to beat us in a game number 4. And that is exactly what Gunsmilla and Hello want to do right now as they try and get the second goal. Ticking towards 2 minutes left now. The ball back in that blue half. All of the Revolt Gaming squad really in the same position there. Is going to allow Relight possession of the ball here and start making their own plays. And so they've been putting a lot of shots on, but not a lot of great shots from Revolt, and that has really hindered them in this game number 3 now.
Yeah, Clinical or Cynical has been a little quiet this game. No outstanding shots, no huge plays, just the standard what every other player is doing. And I think maybe his team needs to expect a bit more for him or pull their own socks up.
Yeah, as we see another shot come in from Dennis in the midfield, he saw someone was in goal, but he just decided he was going to shoot it anyway. A lot of hard clears, not really finding each other, and then just going right into the corner there with Dennis. It's all well and good keeping this ball up in the blue half, but if you've got no one to pass to, no plays to pull off, it's just going to come right back to you pretty damn quickly. But Revolt, Cynical, and Corinne, sorry, being really good in defense as they have been all series, all tournament long. But they've got to get a goal here now with 40 seconds to go.
Had a good chance to have that last one, but I think the pass was just a bit too hard, a bit too much on him. He's a bit close there as well.
Got Smilla trying to get this up to 2-0. 30 seconds to go now, just rattles about in the goal, but and comes straight back out. And now Cynical has the opportunity to put this one up into the blue half. 18 seconds now on the clock. Dennison passes down to Corinne, trying to find any opportunity to get through this Relight defense, which has been absolutely amazing in this game number 3. But here's an opportunity to get it on. Corinne going to take the final shot here off the backboard to stand. Gets it away, still up in the air. Dennis going to take another crack at it, but it is going to go down. And we have a game 4 in our hands. Relight taking that game and maybe making a bit of a comeback.
So, Relight defense, solid this game. I say, first 2 games we went from conceding 3 goals to 4 goals to 0 goals. That makes a huge difference, especially when they're maybe not as attackingly as good as maybe Cynical, who had a very quiet game. But it's going to make such a big difference if you can limit the other team so much like they did in that game.
Yeah, it's all about taking the ball away from your opponents, making your own plays, sticking to your own game plan, moving the ball at your pace, and making everyone else play your game. That's what Relight did in that game 3, and we move to game number 4 now. What I want to see at Revolt is more of what I saw in game 1 and 2. Solid defense and give the ball to Cynical. They were trying more team plays. Yes, I see the logic in that. Try to spread the ball around, but Cynical has made those great plays. It's a Cynical. Let him do his thing.
I think it was Cynical's. He's the figurehead. Everything basically that ends up in the goal is going to go through him at some point. So you need to start playing with that a bit more. Let Cynical sort of do his thing, put the work in, and Dennis and Corinne go in there for like a really sort of good support play, cover the defense, and just let Cynical do his thing.
Indeed, but Corinne, he wants to do his thing, and it is party time on Champions. First goal goes in favour of Revolt.
I said Cynical's involved in everything. He got the pass for that one.
There you go. Yeah, it's good team plays. That's what we want to see from Revolt. That's what we were really lacking in that last game from them. And they're starting to find each other now, and Relight, when Revolt get their passing plays going, Relight seem to break down a little bit, not really sure what to do. They need to shut these passing plays down before they even happen, as Corinne gets it round, and I believe that was Cynical getting that round, and Corinne banging that one in for 2-0 really quickly here.
The second link up by Cynical and Corinne. And I say, Corinne, that is the best shot you could possibly do in that situation. There's a distance just coming in, flying across the goal, and he can probably pretty much save anything on the other side of the goal, but he shoots back behind him, and with all the momentum he had, there's no way he could stop and turn around.
Oh yeah, and the slow roller as well. When you fire one in, sometimes it might, if someone's coming across the goal and you've hit that ball really quickly, it might just intercept and not go in. Whereas if you slow roll it, someone's not expecting it, they're just going to go flying right by it, and that's exactly what happened there with Destan and Corinne getting that goal as the pressure's still on in the blue half, as I believe that was Destan flicking it over Dennis, putting this back down. Here's a low saying hello to the crossbar this time. It was going to get flicked back out. Dennis trying to get it to Corinne into the goal. Not going to happen. 2-0 still, as we are only a minute and a half into this game. Still time for Relight to come back. Remember, if Revolt win this game, it is all over. It is all said and done. 3-1 will be the series score. But Relight want to force this all-important Game 5. And when it gets to Game 5, we all know you can throw all the record books out of the window. Because when it comes down to Game 5, you are desperate for that win.
Somebody's asking for Corinne's, actually it's Major asking for Corinne's nickname. We've got Cynical the Clinical and Dennis the Denier. What will we go for Corinne?
Corinne the... I don't want to say Ben, because he's actually quite good. I don't know, you've come up with something. I can't think of anything.
It's a tough one. We'll come back to you, Major.
Yeah, we'll think of it by the end of the series, which might be only 2.5 minutes away, but it's fine. We'll get there. Either way, Cynical the Clinical and Dennis the Denier have really been on par with Corinne in this game. I'm just trying to think of something. I can't. We'll get it eventually. It's fine. But saying that, it is only 2-0, and we're only 2 minutes to go still, as Dennis trying to deny the 3-0, or deny the 2-1, make it 3-0. Does that work? I don't know if that works. It might work. It works for me. I work. Do I work for you? Who are you? Who am I? What is this?
Calm down, Croftman. You'll be okay.
I want my mummy. Oh, look at that. Cynical almost had another goal. That was great. Oh my goodness, Dennis couldn't deny that one, and Corinne just had to get right back in and save that whiff that came from Dennis. Now Cynical putting it towards the net, and hello, just getting that slow roller pushed away. Now a minute and a half to go. We really need to see Relight making some offensive plays, because they are playing a lot of defense right now, and that is not going to score you any goals going at this rate.
I mean, we're getting to that last minute period where Relight are really going to start having to push it. You're going to start seeing a lot more third sort of rotation players coming in. Hello, going for that another shot there. I'm still really struggling on this Corinne nickname.
Oh, sorry, what? I was trying to think of Corinne's nickname. Hey, less than a minute to go as we count down 2-0. The scoreline, Dennis denying again. Keeping it at 2-0. Relight really putting the pressure on. They want to try anything they can, because they know they are fighting for their tournament lives right now, as Cynical puts it in again, and up by 3 with 33 seconds to go. We have all but sealed it here for Revolt.
What about this from the mighty Toxic Bee himself? Corinne the Clearing.
It'll do for now, because we can't think of anything better.
R.I.P. Toxic Bee.
Well done, Poison Wasp. You demand. Hey, Poison's ran our stream tonight. He's done a fantastic job, so thank him in the chat. But 21 seconds to go now, and Cynical, Corinne, and Dennis on their way to a championship here on Rewind's 3v3 tournament. Maybe not the one everyone would have picked at the start when they saw the teams, but they are the powerhouse that Relight had to go through. And Dennis the Denier, Cynical the Clinical, and Corinne the Clearing.
No. We got this. It's great by Dave Forehead. Another caster. Corinne for the win.
Yes. Cynical the Clinical, Dennis the Denier, and Corinne for the win have taken tonight's Rewind 3v3 EU Championship, and they go home with a share of $45.
And it was an absolute cracking game as well. I mean, Revolt, it's so hard to stop them scoring, and Relight, in the end, they just couldn't stop them at all.
Yeah, it was just absolutely clinical from Cynical, Dennis, and Corinne. It was just absolutely great to see, and they did absolutely amazingly in this tournament. Here's a question for you: if they were up against Jazier in that final, would it have been different?
No, I think
No?
Revolt. They've got. I like their play style. It's
Yeah.
very solid. It's quite. I think it's, at times it can be quite rigid. But
Rigid.
yeah, rigid. But I think it
There you go.
in all it works, and I think Relight they just couldn't adapt.
Yeah, it was a great tournament from Revolt. Congratulations to them. Commiserations to Relight. They played a fantastic series, but the championship this time around does go to Revolt Gaming. They are your champions for tonight, and it has been a fantastic tournament. I've been glad to be with you for the very first time, hopefully not for the last year, on Rewind. I would like to thank my co-commentator, Mr. Cornish Pirate, for joining me this time.
I'd like to thank you for joining me as well.
Thank you. Will we sell out for a bit as well?
You can.
Yeah. Go follow me at CraftmanRL on Twitter. You're gonna have some fun times over there. Where can they follow you, Cornish?
I mean, I have a Twitter. It might be in chat, but we'll never know. I don't use it anyway. Just follow Craftman. He's more.
Yeah, just follow me. That's all you need to know. Anyway, we'll sign off for tonight. We're gonna arrange subpar bit in HD. Go over there right now and join the fun. But from me, Craftman, and from Cornish Pirate, it is goodbye and good night, and we will see you next time.